I am the author of two number 1 bestsellers, Amazon number 1 bestsellers, where I combine essential oils with yoga. And those are Om Yoga, OMM Yoga, Oils, Meditations, Mantras, Yoga, and then Om Yoga Kids. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. If you are watching live, if you would say, hey, hello. If I see it pop up, I'd love to give you a shout out. And then if you're watching live, if you'd put a 1, if you're watching the recording, I would love for you to put a 2. That really helps me figure out algorithms on all the social media platforms. So this is Essential Oils Made Easy. My goal is to teach you 3 cool things about essential oils, 3 ways to use essential oils, and how to get them in your home. So first of all, 3 cool things. They're safe, effective, and affordable. Woo! That's awesome. So when we're talking about doTERRA essential oils only, they are 100% natural and safe. There are no side effects. There are no addictions when it comes to this. I know that is a big thing right now, and I mean honestly for the past 20 years, but I feel like we're really coming aware of how harmful addictions are with prescription medications, specifically certain medications, Lord. Extracts, there are extracts from plants, and it's what that plant would use for that health benefit. And then we're just tapping into nature's medicine. They are super potent, super potent. So when we're talking about 1 drop of peppermint, it's equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So less is more. There's no reason to go crazy when we're talking about doTERRA essential oil. So you'll actually save money because you won't have to use 20, 40, 60 drops of anything to get honestly not even that much of an effect. You can just use 1 drop. So peppermint's going to be energizing. It's going to give that 3 o'clock boost or that morning boost. It promotes clear breathing. It can cool the body. So if you're working out in the yard, if you have just tension in the neck and shoulders, you can massage it in, and it relieves any tension you might have in the head too. So just right along that. I like to make a little cup and suck it in, hold it, and breathe it out my nose, and I can feel it all the way down here and all the way down here. All right, so essential oils are safe. They are effective. They're more effective than some modern medicine. There is a place for modern medicine. I believe both are science and both are useful. But what makes them so effective, I mean, really 2 things. There's antibiotic resistant things that essential oils, there's publications from Johns Hopkins that shows that essential oils were way more effective than the antibiotic resistant strains of things. And then also, viruses, if you've ever been to the doctor and they're like, oh, it's a virus, we can't do anything, that's because viruses hide in the cell. And modern medicine is too thick to penetrate that cell membrane. And essential oils can just get right through that cell membrane. They're tiny, 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 and it get right to that virus. So when there's things that you are like, oh, I can't do anything, you totally can. There's totally an oil for that. And so my favorite oil for that is On Guard. So if you feel like you've been exposed to something, or if you know you've been exposed to something, or you feel a sickness coming on, I feel like mamas are always like, you're about to get sick. Like, I don't know what it is when they see a kid, like they know. So you can just start rubbing it on their feet, rolling it down their spine. I have a lot of mamas who do that before kids go to school anyway. They roll On Guard on their feet, roll it down their spine, send them on their way as a sort of preventative. And you can also clean your house with it, which I think is super cool. One that I like to pair with On Guard is oregano. It's especially effective when we're talking about a virus hiding in that cell. So I like to pair them if you know you were exposed to something, go ahead and take both of them in a capsule. It won't hurt to add tea tree to that either. Or if people who have allergies, they know that minute it's kind of turning into a sinus infection, I would start taking On Guard tea tree and oregano in a gel cap, probably 2 drops of each 3 times-ish a day. You let your body kind of tell you if you need it again. And they are affordable. So we're talking about pennies per dose. So let's say you had Um, Started to feel, oh, my ear feels a little discomfort. Oh, I don't want that to come on. So I would take a drop of lavender, a drop of tea tree, go behind the ears, and then all the way down that drainage area. So that I think costs 13 cents. Or, and just do that like every 4 hours. I feel like we're in that kind of thing where we're like, oh, every 4 hours I need to do something. I feel like we already have that mindset. And so try that every 4 hours for 2 or 3 days. And if you need to go to the doctor, go to the doctor. We just try this first. Like, we're not opposed to going to the doctor by any means. So I've spent 13 cents every 4 hours, or I took a day off work, drove, gas is getting expensive, expose myself to other worse sicknesses, perhaps. Maybe I had to pay a copay, maybe I didn't, maybe I had to buy a prescription. So you can see how like 13 cents a day for 2 or 3 days, just to see, and try it first, can save you tons and tons of money. Actually, my husband and I, we just try essential oils first. We have not been to a doctor for sickness in, I'm going to make sure I'm saying it accurately, 7.5 years since finding essential oils. We just try essential oils first, and they've been working, which I think is so amazing. All right, so the three cool things about essential oils is they're safe, they're effective, and they are affordable. Three ways to use them. One is aromatic. Just breathe it right out of the bottle, put a drop in your hands. Wild orange is super invigorating. I think that's a great one to have. It's great in water. Anytime we add citruses to water, it's just going to give the body a gentle cleanse. So you might have heard drinking lemon first thing in the morning. But if you squeeze a lemon that's bad for the enamel on your teeth, it'll actually break down that enamel on your teeth. So wild orange, lemon, they're all from the rind. And so it's not going to hurt the enamel on your teeth. It's cheaper, it's faster, it's not making that huge mess, and just giving that body a gentle cleanse. It does so much maintenance overnight, and it just gives it a little help to do that in the morning. Breathe is one of my favorites. I'll be talking about that one again, but that's kind of like what it sounds like this time of year. It's just going to give that clear breathing day and night. So quieter breathing at night, which some of us might need, or some of our husbands might need. Topical. So that's basically just rub it where it hurts. And the two I like to talk about here are Deep Blue, which are achy joints, achy muscles. Get a couple drops, rub it where it hurts. I can make this a little bit stronger if you DM me and say, okay, I've used Deep Blue, it works kind of, but like, what can I add to it? Let me know. Digestin, tummy. Anytime there's an upset tummy, just rub that right on the belly. So that's topical. And then we can take doTERRA essential oils internally. That's the only brand that I recommend doing internally, but honestly, it's the only brand I recommend anyway. So like, if you're putting it in the diffuser and it's making tiny little particles and you're breathing that into your lungs, you want that to be pure. If you're rubbing it on your skin and it's slowly absorbing into your body, you want that to be pure. So when we're talking about internally, some things I just put a drop under my tongue. I put a drop of frankincense and copaiba under my tongue every morning. I want it to calm inflammation. I want it to help calm my nervous system. It helps with anti-aging, helps with focus. So those are two of my favorite oils. Or you can put it in water, like we talked about, lemon and wild orange. Tangerine's another great one. Or if you know you don't like strong taste, because they're potent, then you can put them in a veggie cap. So it holds about 10, and then just swallow that, and then you're not tasting anything. And some people prefer that. I've been with doTERRA 7.5 years, and I have never even owned veggie caps. Like, I'm like, let's do it. Put it in water, put it under my tongue, rub it on topically, put some in the diffuser. I've never even owned them. So, but that's personal preference. I think it's like 160 of the veggie caps for like $4 or $5 or something. So if you know that about yourself, I think that's a super easy thing just to add into the water. So they are safe, they are effective, they are affordable, We can use them aromatically, topically, and internally. All right, so my screen, there it goes. So I got to talk about essential oils in yoga because this is kind of my jam. So the ones I recommend for this are the yoga kit, which is anchor, align, and arise. If yoga teachers are watching that, like, you're already like, yes. And then the three I add to that are balance, breathe, and peace. And the book that I recommend, this is an old cover, so there is a newer edition, is the Essential Emotions book. And it's so amazing. So you can look up an oil, it'll tell you what chakra to put that oil on, and then you can kind of read it to your class a little bit and then focus on that chakra and make a very themed class. So I do this basically every time I teach. Of course, I have all the essential oils, so, and all the essential oils are in the Essential Emotions book. So if I'm teaching yoga, I'm putting in oil, and we're focusing on chakras. And then any yoga teacher, like if I have a yoga teacher watch this, if you're on my team, you can get certified in Om Yoga for free. So just message me, like if that news hasn't gotten to you, or if you're a yoga teacher watching this and you're not on my team yet, any of these kits that we're going to talk about, if you get one, then you can do Om Yoga training for free, which is something I offer for my team. So that's exciting. I need to remember to hit the next faster so that it goes faster. So if you're a yoga teacher and you're watching, just PM me and I'll tell you all the details. Okay, so hopefully I've shown that I am passionate about essential oils, but my favorite product are actually the supplements. So it's a 3-pack, and it's called Lifelong Vitality. We usually say LLV for short. It's the number one selling product, has a 30-day money back guarantee. So it's a 3-pack. So the first one is VMZ, vitamins, minerals. So that's going to be your ABCs, Ks, potassium, all those. Alpha CRS, that's going to be our superfood, antioxidants, cellular energy, longevity. So all those superfoods, pomegranate, that are going to help us not age. And then the omega fatty acid, which is XE omega. And those are going to be omega 3s, 6s, and 9s, and they balance them beautifully. And it has 9 essential oils, including frankincense and clove, which are 2 of my very, very most heroes. But I could not believe how much better I felt after 30 days, after 3 months, after 6 months. Like, there's nothing like being on the Lifelong Vitality Pack. By far my favorite product. Like if they're like, you can take one thing to a desert island, it would be the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Okay, so if some people are kind of ready to start reducing toxic load in their house, I think since we've been home a lot, you're really starting to notice, this doesn't make me feel good, or maybe my kid's allergic or has eczema, and we're ready to start getting those products out and get some natural products. doTERRA has like everything for the house. We don't even buy anything in a big box store. Everything comes to us 25% off, and we don't have to go get it. We don't have to waste any time. We get free shipping. We get 30% back on future orders. Like, we just get everything, and it's so super, super easy. And so what I did was, when I ran out of something, it took me about a year. Looking back, I would kind of wish I'd have just thrown everything out, but that's not really my personality. But every time I ran out of something, I would replace it with a doTERRA all natural thing. And then I can't even imagine not using them. Like, when I go down an aisle in a grocery store, I'm like, oh my God, I can smell the fragrance. I can smell the toxins. And I'm just so glad to have that out of my house. It's made such a huge, huge difference. If you don't know my story, I have an autoimmune disease that I was ever able to get under control naturally. And one of the biggest things is getting toxins out of the house. So the body doesn't have that toxin overload. It's constantly trying to fight, and it can work on actually healing the body, which is just such a big, big deal for really anyone struggling with any type of sickness. But for me, I'm kind of partial to people with autoimmune diseases, and I just want to help because I was in pain for 10 or 20 years. I mean, probably 20 years, and it went undiagnosed because we just think, oh, pain is natural, being tired is natural, it's normal, and it's not. It's not. And so if you're ready to take charge and feel good and have not caffeine energy, I still drink coffee, I'm not saying that, but like not what is that? Not energy that comes from a pill, energy that comes from nutrition, energy that comes from a great night's sleep, energy that comes from having toxins out of the house so your body's not trying to constantly get that toxic load out of the body and it's exhausting the body. So obviously I'm super passionate about that. All right, so if you want to, you can send your top 3 health concerns to either me or whoever sent you this video. Be like, okay, is there something for blank, blank, and blank? The answer is yes. So feel free to go ahead and send those top 3 health concerns to me or whoever sent you this video. If someone sent you this video, do it. Ask them, please, because they'll be able to tell you too. And the way that we learn how to help you is a couple of resources. So one, it's great to have a reference book. My favorite is the Essential Life book, or there is an app, and my favorite app is EOE Books. Absolutely my favorite. I look up everything in one of those 2 things. The app is nice because you can just kind of take a picture and save it. So when people are like, what, they message me and they're like, what would you do? Especially like people who are already members and getting the wholesale prices, and they'll be, what would you do for blank, blank, blank? I just search it, I take a picture, I send them that picture in the wherever they messaged me, and they can see. And then usually they're like, oh, what app is that? And they get the app, and then they know they can just do that all by themselves. So there's 3 ways to purchase. One is to do retail. None of us want to pay retail. It's really expensive. I mean, it's not really expensive. Wholesale, it's kind of like Costco, where you just get good prices. You shop when you want to. If you don't want to purchase every month, you don't have to. You go when you want to. So that's 25% off. And then there's wholesale with points, free products, which I think is probably the best way. So we're getting 30% off. So hopefully my picture's not in the way here. So we talked about the top 10 oils. Lemon, lavender, and peppermint's going to be great for allergies. On Guard, oregano, and tea tree for immune support. Deep blue for those aches. Digestion for anything tummy related. Frankincense for all things inflammation and calming that inflammation. And then breathe for clear breathing. And we have 2 kits with the top 10 oils. One is the small bottles, and one is the big bottles. And so you can see that these are about 100 drops, and these are about 300 drops. So you can get 3 times the oils and an upgraded diffuser for not even twice the price. So that's actually the kit that I started with. But if you're kind of like, I'm ready to start trying the supplements, I'm ready to start getting some toxins out of the house, I really recommend getting the Natural Solutions kit. So it's still going to have those top 10 oils. It's going to have the supplements. It's going to have Terrazyme and a probiotic, which is a digestive enzyme probiotic. I take those every single day. They're my favorite. And then it's going to have some bonus oils like Correct-X, which is what I call like the natural Neosporin. It's going to have some that are for feelings of anxiety. It's going to have a box so that you can hold your oils. It's going to hold 25 oils. And it actually, I wish the slide would change. It actually is going to have the most savings. So as you can see, Healthy Start saves 88. The Home Essentials saves 125. The Natural Solutions kit is actually going to save over $200. And let's see if I can... Ooh, it's going to probably do $1 billion now. So you can see here, it's really, really getting you like, I'm ready to start my natural lifestyle. All right, so if you want to, I'm probably going to put the links definitely in Facebook, maybe in Instagram if I can figure that out. I'm definitely newer to Instagram. If you want to reach out, feel free to PM me. I think I have, yeah. So if you want to connect, if you want a free 20-minute health consultation, just reach out on either of these. And thank you so much for stopping by. Bye, Instagram.